So welcome to another episode of Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on your left, Dominic Carter on your right. Dominic, back from Milwaukee into the frying pan.
Yes.
Now it's the Democrats' turn to have a little fun, but let's start at the beginning.
No, wait, whoa. How would the Democrats have fun? You guys, you just tighten the noose around your neck.
Okay, could be. So Joe opts out. You've been saying you predicted it.
Joe opt out.
Joe Biden opted out of running.
That's the sanitized version that you're giving.
Give me your version.
That Joe opt out. That Joe wasn't pushed out.
You guys are freaking out about this.
No. That Joe Biden wasn't. No, that you guys got around the democratic process. Said even though millions of people voted for Biden, we're going to get rid of you because you can't win.
Are you concerned about how the Democrats chose their nominee?
No.
If you want to be part of our party, welcome aboard.
Because your nominee now is a complete joke. If that's your nominee.
Okay, so let's do one thing at a time. So Joe Biden opts out. You predicted it. A lot of people said it was going to happen. I said it's never going to happen in a million years because no one gives up that opportunity to run for president. He did. I give kudos to him, but you think it's backroom politics and it's outrageous. I want to remind you, Dominic, this is the way parties operate. They choose strongest candidates. Dominic, we all agreed Joe Biden was not a strong candidate.
No. You didn't agree. No. Don't double talk now. You praised Biden.
He was great.
Like he could walk on water.
Great president.
So don't turn around now, Mr. Weiner.
I said he was going to lose the election. He was a great president.
No, you said that begrudgingly, maybe at the 23rd hour.
No. I said he was trailing in the polls for months and months and months. And
you said they were equal. That's what you said.
They're both too old.
Yes. And
100%
and your talking point was, they're both too old.
They're both too old. Now only one guy's too old.
But now you have a candidate that, with no disrespect to the vice president, that's not too bright.
Okay, but we're going to do Kamala, but let's be fair. So you're fine with the way we got rid of Joe?
Absolutely not.
Okay, because you don't like the idea that sometimes people take one candidate and decide he's not good enough and put in a better candidate. I don't understand.
That's not what happened.
What happened?
You got around the will of the people.
You say the will of the people. We have been choosing
the primaries. The primaries. What happened in the primaries?
Sometimes we use primaries. Sometimes we use caucuses. Sometimes we have fights on the floor. Sometimes we have a smoky back room. This is how parties choose candidates. I'm sorry, pal.
Okay. Well, when's the last time a presidential candidate was selected at the convention?
We've only had primaries since 1972.
Can you answer the question?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Okay.
But it doesn't mean it's not allowed.
Okay, but when...
By the way, he was not the choice yet. You have to do that at the convention.
No.
Trump
he was
not
the choice.
No, not until the convention. I'm sorry.
He was the choice of people that voted already in the primaries and the caucuses.
People chose Kamala the other day. On Wednesday, they chose Kamala in a roll call, so that can't be right.
Anthony, did they or did they not go on primary day in a number of states and vote for Biden as a Democratic nominee?
They did.
So you're telling me now none of that
Biden-Harris.
Right, Biden-Harris.
Right. And why did they have Harris? Why did they vote for Harris?
In the event that Biden can't serve. No. That's not the case.
It could be any number of things. In the event he steps aside. In the event he has something better to do. Hey, I understand. You guys are grasping at straws because you're so frustrated. You thought you were going to run against a weaker candidate. Now you're running against a stronger one.
Wait, you're gonna sit here and tell me with a straight face that Kamala Harris is a good candidate?
No, is she a stronger candidate than
that's not saying much.
Okay, but we agree with that, right? So the Democrats chose a stronger candidate.
She's 2 points stronger than Biden.
And I want to stress to you, Dominic.
Right now we're in a honeymoon period where the media loves Kamala Harris.
Let's see what happens.
They're not focusing on her record yet. The media is in love with making history as a woman person.
By the way, you're the media, and I've been listening to you. Fox is the media, and I've been listening to them. They're beating the crap out of her, but to no avail. People are excited about her. And by the way, you guys are flipping out that Joe Biden stepped back and you got Kamala. You obviously weren't. I don't understand. Why were you not ready for Kamala?
Why are you engaging? First of all, that's the biggest joke I've ever heard in my life. Not ready for why? Why
you
were
guys
you not
can't
ready
seem
for?
to decide what your attack is on her.
Okay,
you know, coconut tree.
Okay,
she's a lightweight. She's an EI. What is it? EI. What is your thing?
How many more times? She is DEI.
Okay, what does that mean?
She is.
What does it mean?
You know what it means. Come on.
No, what does it mean when you say it?
When I say it, it means that the sole reason why she's in the position that she's in is because she's a woman of color. I didn't stutter. I said it directly. What's the smile?
I just think it's funny. Well, you obviously need to get the memo. The memo from Speaker Johnson and from the Trump campaign. Don't talk about her race because she's a United States Senator, was an Attorney General, and the Vice President, and you're saying she was chosen because she was black. Are you telling that a black woman can't be president?
I'm not stating that at all.
What are you saying when you call her DEI? I didn't think you'd walk into this, but go ahead.
Well, why do you think she was put on the ticket to begin with?
I think she was put on the ticket because she was a strong candidate. And I think
she was a strong candidate.
I think her race and her gender added to the qualifications, no doubt about it.
Okay, you got the flip way around. Her race and gender played the role to put her on the ticket.
So are you going to complain the same way when she chooses a white old guy to be her vice president? You're going to say, "Oh my God, that's a quota hire." Is that DEI?
I'm not making.
I'll break it down for you.
Okay,
I see the look on your face.
Okay,
you're not getting it.
Go ahead.
You say that she was hired because of her diversity, right?
Right.
So now a white guy's going to be a vice president on her ticket. Is that for diversity? Are you going to complain about that? Or is it only because she's black, Dominic Carter?
No. What it is that you're saying, oh, Biden stepped down. That's like the romantic version.
Oh, we're going back to that.
He stepped down. Excuse me, Mr. Weiner. Did he step down or did Obama, George Clooney, Nancy Pelosi,
and the American
Speaker
people,
Schumer,
and the American
Hakeem
people,
Jeffries, or did they slit? Speaking wise,
Dominic, you're making this so complicated. He was a weak candidate, and the polls showed it.
You wasn't saying that. You wasn't saying that for 10 weeks here on Left versus Right.
You were not paying attention. I said he's a weak candidate.
On your ambassadorship. You were working on your ambassadorship.
When I was defending his presidency, for sure. He's a great president. And he's going to go down as one of the greatest.
And now you're engaging in absolute double talk to say Biden was a horrible candidate.
I'm going to say this. You see if it sounds familiar. Okay. They were both too old and they both should run. I've said it for months, if not years. That. My first episode that I said it on, I went back, was in February of 2022. He had been in for a year. I said this guy's too old to run for re-election. And I said the same thing. And you know who else said that, Dominic? The American people. The polls over and over again said the guy could not win. So we put in a candidate who can win. Get over it, man.
No,
you chose a weak old candidate. We chose a strong candidate.
No, you circumvented the will of the people.
I want to go back to it. The will of the people was that he not run. Poll after poll said they didn't want him to run.
Boy, you doing a good two-step dance.
Dude, I don't understand. I understand. You guys are so unprepared for Kamala Harris that you're complaining about how Democrats chose their nominee.
Why would anybody worry about Kamala Harris?
Let's get to that.
Why?
Enormous amount of excitement. Jam-packing rooms bigger than Donald Trump was filling.
Would she be a good, based on her voting record, based on her being the most liberal senator?
She won't be Donald Trump, so she will have succeeded in the most important thing. She won't destroy our democracy.
No.
I agree that she will.
Will she be a good, considering her past, will she be a good president for America?
I think so.
Based on what?
Based on her being a good prosecutor in San Francisco, being a good senator, and being part of the administration that was so successful the last 2-3 years. So yes, and remember, the primary responsibility of the Democratic nominee is to make sure that Donald Trump and his insurrectionists never see the inside of the White House again. That's what the American people want. That's what they keep saying.
So that's why Trump is still ahead in the polls.
Listen, do you want to do polls? I think it's a waste of time. You said it yourself. I think it's a waste of time. There's so much going on now between people being shot in conventions and bumps from the new person. Let's do polls at some point in the future. I think that right now, I can argue on the merits. She's a better candidate than Biden, and basically Biden and Trump were tied. So I think that she's going to win.
No. Biden and
you want to do the polls? All right, we'll do the polls. Polls that came out today showed that she's basically tied now. She's gained 4 points in basically a week. Okay. So if she keeps going at this rate, she's going to get 75% of the vote.
First of all, it's the honeymoon period.
Okay, so you don't trust the polls? Neither do I. We agree, man. Let's move on.
Listen. You've done a number of debates where I was the moderator, and you had no idea specifically what the question was going to be. What is she going to do when she can't laugh or giggle and faces serious questions from journalists?
Well, we may not find out because your guy's wussing out and said he doesn't want to have debates. But
why would he debate her?
I think she's been...
Why would he lock himself into a debate when she's not the nominee yet?
Okay, fair enough. Whatever. You want to use that Trump line? He should debate, shouldn't he, Dominic? He shouldn't be cowardly.
First of all,
he shouldn't be a wuss and be afraid.
First of all, Anthony,
she's so weak. Why not?
First of all, Anthony, Donald Trump would be itching. Donald Trump could do to debate Kamala Harris.
I'll be surprised if he does.
Donald Trump could do no prep and walk in
Okay.
and completely
I hope we get a
her.
chance to find out. I think you agree they should debate. I hope that happens.
Wait.
Now, you have complimented Kamala Harris' debate skills in the past,
wait,
if I recall.
No, I didn't. I never.
You did. You said
her.
you said she tore Joe Biden to shreds when answering about.
That's not. And Tulsi Gabbard tore her a new one. But wait a minute. So wait.
Oh yeah, the Russian propagandist.
Okay,
I forgot about Tulsi Gabbard.
Okay, so wait. How's this gonna go? She's gonna sit up there with Trump and go, that is Kamala Harris. I was that little girl on the bus that couldn't get on the bus. Is that what she's gonna say to Trump?
She's probably gonna do what she's done her whole life: be a woman prosecutor prosecuting a convict.
Well,
it's going to be great. You can't make that is the perfect poetry. An African Caribbean American woman who is a prosecutor against a literal convict. I love it.
You can call Trump.
That's why he's going to duck it. He ain't doing it.
Okay. You can call Trump.
He's a coward, your guy.
Okay. You can call Trump a convict all you want to.
I can.
Right?
And so can the courts, and so can every American.
Okay. Well, it was a loaded deck to convict him that's going to be overturned. So what are you going to say when it's overturned?
I'm going to say if that happens, I have said to you 15 times, I believe in the system. He's a convict if the system says so. If he gets it overturned, then I'm going to say it's not.
So if he's quote unquote a convict, why has his poll numbers gone up since then?
Well, his poll numbers went up. I don't know. I'm
his
not
approval
into polls.
rating.
I'm not into his approval rating.
Yeah. I know you're not into polls because
you want to do polls
because none of the polls reflect the argument you're trying to make.
Polls are for lazy people. We aren't lazy. You and me. Okay. Why are the polls going? I don't know. But we're not talking about the debate right now. Okay. I mean, I don't want to go back to March.
Okay.
And I can tell you that Kamala Harris will be very good in prosecuting that case. I believe, and I believe that you believe it. I think in your heart of hearts, you're like, this is not because Joe Biden was virtually in a coma. You know who had the second worst debate performance of American history?
I want to play a game with you. I want to play a little game.
I love games.
Can you and I have an off-the-record conversation now?
In front of the microphones?
Yes.
Let's do it. I love this idea.
No one,
I love this idea
no one can hear us.
because I am very comfortable in my own skin. Okay. And I have a feeling if we're going to have an off-the-record conversation, we're going to take a truth serum now, like what we really think.
Yes.
Okay. I'm willing to play this game.
Okay. So...
Are we playing it together, or is it only me doing it?
No, both of us. Okay. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go. This is your game. I want to hear how you play it.
Okay, so Anthony, come on, man. We both know she pimped her way all the way to the top, and it worked for her. She got to the ticket, but she's not the brightest bulb in the bunch.
What do you mean by pimp? So I understand what your terms are.
Okay. It literally pimped, manipulated her way.
Well, a pimp is someone who hires out prostitutes.
Right,
you mean that?
Do
you mean she was a prostitute?
No, I'm not going to refer to the female vice president.
We're drinking truth serum now. I want to hear what you really mean. Don't you? And it's off the record. The cameras are off. The microphones are off.
That's the language that I would use. She pimped her way. First of all, she apparently got with powerful men that could catapult her career. Come on, we've heard this script a million times.
How far do you think that gets you? All the way to the United States Senate? Do you think she slept with someone to become the vice president? Is that really what you think in our off-the-record comments here?
In our off-the-record conversation, I think that she struck gold when Obama said, that's a pretty woman over there, and she rose quickly.
And since then, what has happened? Since then, she got pummeled in the 2019 primaries.
And since then, she's been a national punchline. No. She's been a joke. Okay, wait.
She did terrible in the primaries. Explain me what you're saying. If Obama helped her, why did she do so badly in 2019?
Because eventually, that's easy. She had to stand on her own feet.
That's exactly right. So has she stood on her own feet since 2019? She's a United States senator. She was vice president. Look, I think that we should turn the microphones back on because I don't want anyone. I don't want anyone to think that you believe that Kamala Harris slept her way to where she is. She's a United States senator. She was attorney general. She was a prosecutor. I think we should have enough respect for women to say that they can have good jobs.
Okay, wait. So. One, I thought this was an off-the-record conversation.
Oh, we are.
And two, you haven't done your part yet. And I'm almost done.
Okay.
Anthony, you know damn well Trump, this is off the record.
Yeah.
Trump is going to eat her for breakfast.
In debates?
I'm done in 15 seconds.
Okay, I'm sorry.
for the duration of this campaign. They are going to expose her as an empty suit. They're going to bring up every vote she's ever done, and they're going to Michael Dukakis her. You know it, and I know
well, here's
it. Okay,
what
so now
I mean,
go ahead.
these are predictions. I thought we were going to really get down and dirty. And I think, by the way...
Let's get down and dirty.
Okay, no, but I think that what you said about her sleeping way to the top is offensive, and I think it's wrong. I think the idea that anytime a woman
Is
gets...
it true?
Of
Is
course
it true?
not. Of
So
course
what did
not.
she do?
She won in the most...
No,
in the most
her
I'm gonna tell
personal
you.
life. What did she do? Come on.
She won. Who she
Her
dated.
personal life.
I don't care who she dated. I don't care.
Oh, right. You don't care. You don't
I
care.
don't.
You don't care. Okay.
I don't. But if we're going to do personal lives of the candidates, I don't think your guy comes off very well.
Okay.
Do you?
Okay.
I mean, he's been divorced 3 times.
I think he comes off very well.
He's been found guilty in a court of law for committing sexual violence against a woman. I don't think this is your strongest argument.
We can get to all of that.
If you want to talk about predictions about what's going to happen in the future, this came out.
Here's all that. I want to hear your off-the-record conversation.
I am surprised that in the first 7-8 days of this campaign, the Republicans have been all over the place. As I said in my podcast, The Middle Unplugged, which comes out every Wednesday.
That's not an off-the-record comment.
I'm saying to you because you were super busy. I did a whole podcast with the idea the Republicans are going to figure out what their attack is. It's going to take a little while, but they're going to get it. They're kind of in disarray right now. It'll probably be something like extreme liberal Kamala Harris. It'll probably be something like she freed this person or that person when she was a prosecutor. Because when you're a prosecutor, you're going to have some people you prosecute, but some people you don't. It's going to that kind of thing. That's what they're going to try to hit her with. But here's the problem. The problem is we have in our country a lot of double haters who hated Biden, hated Trump. Those double haters were going to places like Kennedy or staying on the sideline. She seems to be energizing those people. So I don't think it's going to work. People are more afraid of a second Trump term than they are afraid of an unknown Kamala Harris. That's my view.
And you can say that based on her being out on the stump for a couple of days.
It's a prediction. I get it. It's a prediction. But I got to tell you, you have to admit this. It's way better than she did in 2019, and even when she did when she was vice president. This has been seamless the last 6 days, whatever it is, last week.
How much of a liability is her personal life?
I don't know. I've learned most about her personal life from you. If the Republicans attack that way, you are going to turn off a group that you need, which are moderate women. Trump is underwater with women and independents.
Who said moderate women like Kamala Harris?
I don't know if they do, but I'm saying you're going to attack Kamala Harris that way, sing like cat lady, and she slept her way to the top. That's not a way to appeal to women. I'm not a woman, but I can tell you that kind of thing I think falls right into Kamala Harris's trap. She is not Hillary Clinton. People don't hate her like they hate Hillary Clinton. And my view is, if you're the focus of the attention, in 2016 it was Hillary. In 2020 it was Trump. In 2020, it was Biden. Now Biden's off. It's back to being on Trump. And I think that's bad for you guys. But if you think talking about who she slept with when she was in her 20s is a winning issue, maybe it is. Her stepdaughter just recently came out, put a statement, what a great co-parent she is. And all that. I am unconcerned if that's your best attack. And I'm surprised that it is.
That's one of about 9 attacks.
All right. Well, I'm glad we had this off-the-record thing where you said that she slutted her way to the top or...
I didn't use that term. I didn't use that term.
Well, but we can
pick this up in the next segment.
You said something is bad, and maybe we should clean it up. You shouldn't say.
I don't think I said anything that needs to be cleaned up.
You said pimped her way to the top.
Right, and
you wouldn't explain what that is. And let's leave it. When we come back for the break, we'll go back on the record so that we don't get into any trouble. Okay. It's Anthony Weiner on the left, Dominic Carter on the right. This is Left versus Right. Welcome back after this break. So welcome back to Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on your left, Dominic Carter on your right. If you miss any part of the show, you can get it as a podcast. Also get Dominic Carter's show at 3 o'clock every weekday. Tune in live for the energy. Call into his show. The callers are the best part of a show. I think you'll agree.
Agreed.
And at midnight, my show that you just heard. And listen, so let's talk a little bit.
Can we, before we go on to the next question?
Yeah.
The rational approach that you brought just an hour before.
Thank you.
Right? Why can't you ever do that an hour later when you're here with me?
Because things like Kamala Harris pimped her way to the top are hard to be rational about. Don't you agree? I mean, it's very emotional. You get too emotional. I like to do the facts.
I get too emotional.
I'm Mr. Spock. You're Scotty.
Wait. I get too emotional.
Bones.
I get too emotional.
You do.
Wow.
You do. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, I know that is the pot calling the kettle.
So let's go.
All right. So Kamala had a big week. Here's one of.
Wait. You said the kettle calling the pot. Why does the pot got to be black?
I didn't want to finish.
Why it's got to be black?
As I was saying, I was trying to grab the word back. It's kind of like, I remember.
You couldn't get it back.
When I was in the city council once, I was questioning a witness, and I referred to someone wearing the black hat, and Mary Pinkett. Do you remember her? She was an assemblywoman,
from Brooklyn.
Councilwoman
From Brooklyn.
And she... point of personal privilege. Just because it's a black hat doesn't mean you're the bad guy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. But I also didn't mean pot calling the kettle black to be in any way racial. But speaking about racial, one of the signs that Kamala Harris is having a good week, is that the Republicans are trying to use memes against her, and then she's repurposing them. They were making fun of her for falling out of a coconut tree, and that expression that she has, "We're not limited by our future," whatever that crazy thing is. And pop artists are coming out branding her as brat and everything else. And the young people, the meme makers, they seem to be ready to go. They're having some fun with this campaign. We need that, don't we? I mean, you guys are so serious. The blood in the streets, everything's so bad. Our country is a cesspool. Don't we need some optimistic fun? Can't we have some fun with this campaign? And she's doing it. Let our listeners know that he is trying to show that he's playing a violin. Go ahead. Use your words on the Mr. Radio Man.
Yes. I'm playing a violin.
We're having fun, Democrats. You guys are like the blood of the vermin in the streets, and we live in a cesspool. Our country's in decline. We love our country, and we're having fun with it. And she's the embodiment of that.
You should have fun with it, because we have a election process. And poor Joe Biden. Joe Biden's like, I'm running for re-election. Party leadership says, no, you're not, because you're going to lose. Whoop! Kamala, get in there. We know you can't win, but you're going to be competitive, and you're going to take on Trump and go get him. And you guys have had 1 week of heaven. 1 week, 1 week.
After 28 days of hell, man.
That's good. 1 week, you guys have had 1 week of Kamala Harris.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Receiving the honeymoon.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, Anthony, when she has to answer questions?
See.
Can you please tell me that?
I can tell you this. I can tell you that based on her campaign in 2019, which was a S show, she locked this thing down like fast. She's raising a bunch of money. She's giving speeches that are... I'm just saying that
she's raising a bunch of money. Come on.
Well, she's breaking records, and she's not raising it from $45 million from...
That's money that's coming in from donors that were sitting on the sideline as long as Biden stayed in the race. So that's not really raising money.
Wait a minute. The point is the excitement is there for this candidate that wasn't before. That's the point. And by the way, those people are citizens.
It's called fake excitement. Fake excitement. So I got a question for you.
How do you fake someone out of $30 contribution?
I got a question for you.
Yes, that's what I'm here for.
So here we are Saturday afternoon, and this Biden announced last Sunday he's not running.
It was a week ago, yeah.
Right. And so why did it take almost 5 days for Barack and Michelle Obama to endorse Kamala? Why is that?
You see how long it took them to endorse in 2020? They waited to the very end. They put the cherry on top. They are the grand...
Yeah, they put the cherry on top. They know she can't win. That's what that's about.
They've endorsed. I take their word for what they believe, but not your word.
Right.
I know it's funny. You guys are grasping at anything you can.
No.
A 4-day wait for somebody is now. Oh my God! It's the end of the way. I'm surprised. I thought you guys would be so prepared for this. You're all over the map. I don't like the way Biden got out. I don't like the way Obama did. I don't like the way the money came in. I don't like. Come up with the attack against this woman. She's a candidate now.
I already gave you the attack.
Give me something substance.
Simple. An empty suit that's not qualified to be the vice president of the United States.
Okay.
And the name president should never even be mentioned with the name Kamala Harris.
More qualified than Trump was in 2016? What office did Trump hold? He had nothing but bankrupt businesses at that point. He was a reality star. He himself said you didn't need to be a politician. And not only is she a politician, she's the vice president, she's a senator, she's the attorney general, she's a prosecutor.
Trump was a extremely successful businessman at the time, and
He had a failed university, 16 bankruptcies. He basically made money. He made money on a TV show.
And how many companies have filed bankruptcy? It's part of sometimes, unfortunately, it's part of the business practice.
No successful one does.
No, sometimes.
Successful businesses don't. Okay,
sometimes.
but you can't talk about qualifications when that was his qualification. And by the way, how long has J.D. Vance been?
Wait, can you talk about her qualifications and her policies?
I'm doing a comparison. I said she's got a lot. She's the vice president. She was a senator of the most popular state.
Up for marijuana and then went on the radio talking about
she's too strong. She's too strong a prosecutor. Is that your line?
No.
You guys
talking about
you can't figure this out.
No, she went on the radio. Yeah, I smoked a lot of marijuana in college. What about that?
She was for a lot of Democrats too strong a prosecutor. I'm surprised she was for too strong a prosecutor for you. So you say she was too tough on crime? Dominic Carter says our candidate's too tough on crime. This should be a fun bunch of left versus rights if that's your position.
No. My position is very clear, and that is I wish Mr. Trump well. I wish the vice president well, but this is not going to be a race.
Okay, we'll see. Again, you with the predictions. Okay, fine, we'll see.
Wasn't my predictions on Biden accurate all along?
Okay,
Anthony
so
Weiner.
We'll only know that.
Not okay. Was I accurate and were you wrong?
I thought the chances of Joe Biden
so
not
you're not
running
answer the question.
I'm doing. I sometimes I answer questions in a different way than you would like.
Okay.
I thought the chances were 90-10 that Biden would stay in, and he did the 10. Yes. Okay. Therefore, what? You can say.
Therefore,
we can just make our prediction
from week one.
Okay.
With every prediction that I've made, except for Trump's conviction.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. What would you like me to say when you say I predict he wins?
That Trump?
Yeah, what would you like me to say back to that? I predict he loses. Then what do we say? Can we just move on?
No.
Predictions are like butts. Everyone has one.
But you don't want to talk substance about Kamala Harris.
I just was. I said, tell me the substantive argument against her, and you said she's too strong a prosecutor. Let's do the prosecutor argument.
Here's what you're doing. You're going, she was a United States senator. She was the attorney general. She was a senator. No, what does she do?
Listen, if you're talking about her, what are her qualifications to be president?
I want to know, what does she do?
Well, she was part of the most successful Democratic administration.
How about the border? How good did she do there? How good did she do there? I know. She wasn't the border czar, right?
No.
She wasn't the border czar. Houdini.
Hey, let me ask you.
She was the border czar. Now she's not the border czar.
I went back and I read the transcript of Congress trying to impeach Mayorkas, where they called him the border czar 9,104 times. He was the border czar. Otherwise, why were you trying to throw him out?
Okay. It was not a good move to try and throw him out.
No, because
the votes were never going to be there.
You were blaming Mayorkas for the border. Now you're blaming Kamala. Are you going to blame me next? When are you going to blame your lawmakers for not passing laws?
Okay, was she or was she not the point person from the Biden administration on the border?
No, not the border. She was in charge of trying to figure out ways to make the conditions in other countries better, so that people did not want to make a 5,000-mile journey.
And how well did that work? How could you do that without making a trip to the border?
Because the border wasn't her job. It was Venezuela. It was Guatemala. It was Honduras. You're not paying attention. There's more than what
I'm paying.
You're not paying attention to me.
Yes, I am.
Her job was not.
You're cute. I'm paying attention.
Thank you for noticing. Her job was not at the border. Her job was before they get to the border. So he's down in Latin America.
Spin.
I'm explaining to you something you apparently don't know.
Hey, you're like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Criticizing her for being
like one of the biggest rap groups, right?
Yeah.
They were like the Jay-Z before Jay-Z, Grandmaster Flash.
And the Furious Five,
Furious Five, right? So like
Wiki.
So right. You could be Grandmaster Flash spinning the records, because boy, you're good at spinning. Well, you're good at. I'm not gonna say fibbing or lying. I'm just gonna say spinning.
I'm good at being the left on left versus right.
No. Because if you guys were actually the left, you would discuss substance in a realistic way.
You're the one who pivoted away from her record as a prosecutor faster than you can say Jackrabbit Flash. Let's do it. You started to criticize her for being too tough on crime. Is that your position? She was too tough on crime?
You're trying to lead me down.
I'm just asking you a question. Say no then.
No, you're trying to
say no then. That's not your position. What is it?
You're trying to lead me down, as you do, in a sorrowful way every Saturday
afternoon. Dude, I don't need to try too hard this week. You are like your party. You can't figure out your hits on this woman. You just started to do that she was a bad prosecutor because she prosecuted people for marijuana offenses. So I agree. That was too much prosecuting of black men for marijuana offenses. Is that the position of the Republican Party of 2024? I don't think it is.
You're trying to lead me down a road.
We're having a conversation. I'm not leading you anywhere.
Okay. So we can do question for question for question. But what is she going to do?
Go ahead.
When she's got to sit before the press corps and answer legitimate questions in an unscripted way with no notes.
Let's see how she does.
What do you think she's done?
I think she's going to be better than your guy who wanders off and talks about everything under the sun from electric vehicles need the sunshine to be out, and I don't want to get eaten by a shark, and Nancy Pelosi and confusing her with Nikki Haley. Look, there's only one old guy in the race right now. There's only one guy who's older than it was that Ronald Reagan, when he left with dementia, was younger than how Donald Trump is. And the vice president that he picked, who God forbid is going to have to take that seat if Donald Trump is elected, is a guy out there today criticizing cat ladies who apparently had sex with a couch, who has said that Donald Trump was guilty of sexual abuse and is and called Donald Trump a Hitler. This is what we're left with on your side.
And what did Kamala Harris call Biden?
Called him a great president.
No. What else in the negative?
You're getting back to that debate. Says I was that girl on the bus.
If you're going to point out the negative comments, that
she said I was that girl on the bus.
Okay, right. So she basically called him a racist.
Not basically called. No, that she did not call him a racist. You've said that incorrectly. I've gone back to the tape to see what she said. She says she criticized Biden for busing in the 70s, and I think she might be right. She might be wrong. That's going to happen. But your guy that you're now is in charge. You talk about how they're going to perform in front of a press corps.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I mean, your guy he's lost it. By the way, can I ask you in Milwaukee? You did a great job in Milwaukee. Didn't Donald Trump begin his speech by saying, I'm going to tell this story only once? He won't shut up about the bullet.
No.
And by the way, it looks like FBI said it might have been a bullet. Why doesn't he just own it that it might not have been a bullet? Well, even though the New York Times on Friday came out and said that they think it was a bullet. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, the New York Times says.
Well, they're authoritative.
The New York Times. Oh my God.
Well, maybe they're wrong. You're right. I agree. The FBI is the real authority here.
Okay, so
I thought he wasn't going to talk about it. He won't shut up about it. Okay. Because this make him seem like he wasn't a hero. He was. The guy was heroic. He got up with the fist and the blood and the whole thing.
Right. So, number one, you tell me what it was that caused all that blood. It
was either a bullet or shrapnel, one or the other. We haven't had any public examination of him. We haven't had any press conference about how he's doing. We haven't had any photographs. We haven't had any doctor look at him.
And what he actually said at the convention.
Release the hospital report. Why don't you release the hospital report?
What he actually said at the convention was he's only going to go through the details.
No, he said, I'm only going to tell the story once.
He said, I'm only going to go through the details once.
He said, I'm only going to tell the story once.
Can I please finish?
But don't misstate it. I was watching. I was hoping that the guy would give a good speech, which he didn't.
Can I finish?
Yes, sir.
He said, I'm only going to go through the details once because it's too painful to talk about.
Okay.
That's what he said.
All that waiting for that? Yes. And he talks about the details over and over at every campaign stop, in every interview.
You know what I'm so happy about? You know what I'm so happy about? You know what I'm happy about?
About Brat Summer?
I am so happy for you, Anthony, because you have new pep in your step. God, you have a smile.
I am loaded
Every
for
week
bear.
you came in here lying about Biden and putting the best spin you could on a bad situation.
Oh, that's true.
And
that's true. I did try to do that. But saying I've been lying about Biden, I've been saying that dude is too old forever.
And you know what? We're being told we got to take a break.
We got another minute.
Okay. So we got another minute, right? So now, what's that song? It's just an illusion.
No. I got a better song. I'm not the singer on this set. I'm not the singer on this set, but you know what the song is?
What?
I can see clearly now the rain has gone. That's what it is.
I can. What's the rest of it?
There's
obstacles in my way.
Something like that, yeah.
Or something like that.
Anyway, left versus right. Anthony Weiner on the left, Dominic Carter. If you come back after the break, I promise we won't do any more singing.
Sure?
We'll see you on the other side.
Sure about that.
So welcome back to Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on your left, Dominic Carter on your right. So glad that you're along. And I just want to say on behalf of Dominic and me, for all the people that have been tuning in, this is getting great pickup. People really do seem to enjoy it. I know I enjoy it every week.
I enjoy it too.
You have to go home and put ice packs on your ears from being pummeled so much.
And I'm really happy for you, man.
It's good for the country. Don't you agree? There are a lot of people that had checked out because they didn't like the choices.
Excuse me. I don't think it's good for the country that we have a candidate on the Democratic side where her qualifications are she happens to be a black woman, a black and a woman. That's not good for the country.
And a vice president.
What did she do as vice
She's a
president?
black woman and a vice
She
and a
laughed.
senator.
Right?
And a
Can
senator.
you do her best laugh?
Are you going to make fun of another
can you do-
candidate, another woman candidate? You're going to make fun of for their laugh. Do you know how this sounds?
What other woman candidate did I make fun of?
People make fun of Hillary Clinton's laugh. Maybe you didn't, but that was the thing. They made fun of Hillary Clinton's laugh.
Okay,
Here's what I don't think. I don't think
She does
Donald
wear
Trump,
those Hillary Clinton suits, though.
I don't think. You see, there you're doing it. I don't believe the Republicans
And
understand.
I have said part of her personal life should be off the record, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
You said that she. What is the line you used? She
pimped her way to the top.
So what part of her personal life should be off the record? If you're, her dating record in the 20s is what you're interested in.
I just feel that a woman candidate should face the same scrutiny as a man candidate.
Yeah,
I would agree. So what I'm trying to say
agree.
is, we know, the reporters, what candidates are doing, men candidates. We often know who the other person is, blah, 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 blah. And so if we're not going to ask certain questions of men, then they shouldn't be asked of Kamala Harris. However, when you don't have the qualifications for a job and your boo, Willie Brown, says, you know what, Kamala, I'm going to put you on these medical boards, and they only meet these medical review boards. Can I finish? And they only meet twice a month. And baby, you're going to make $100,000 a year because I say you're qualified.
How did Trump make his money?
Trump made his money by making wise decisions.
No, Trump was given money.
No, here we go. You don't think I know here's what you want to say. Trump's daddy gave him his money.
Yeah.
Did Trump, whatever the case may be, I think Trump said it was a small loan from
$2 million.
Okay, now what is Trump worth now?
If Trump had
What's he worth now? That's the question.
I'm going to do the math for you.
Go ahead.
If Trump invested in a CD, in a
come
certificate
on.
of deposit, he'd have more money today.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would. The guy's lost money left, right. He had failed casinos, failed apartment buildings.
We're talking about Kamala. Kamala.
No, you just asked me about Trump.
No, Kamala.
You just asked me about Trump.
Kamala.
Here's the advice I would give you, Dominic, to pass along to the mothership. I know they played It's a Man's World at the convention when Donald Trump came out. I know you had Dana White and wrestlers and everything else.
Hulk Hogan.
You think Hulk Hogan.
Ripping off his shirt to have a Trump shirt underneath.
And I know that a vice president was chosen
Or Madeleine Brame, the African-American woman from New York that said Democrats have ruined the country on crime. Her Afghanistan serving son
I'm offering
killed in
some advice
Harlem.
here. I'm offering some advice. Let me finish. Dominic, let me finish.
I want you to finish. Or what about the brother of the woman in Maryland, the mother of 5, where she was brutally raped by a migrant. Eventually,
now I'm going to have to restart.
Eventually, you Democrats are going to have to answer real questions, policy questions, and poof, there goes the illusion.
And let me get back to the point I was making. So I'm going to offer some advice.
Go ahead.
The president comes out to It's a Man's World. You have Dana White introducing him, the head of a wrestling organization. You have Hulk Hogan coming out. You have Kid Rock and everything else. You apparently think that a bunch of 20-year-old white guys are making this decision.
Really?
Here, just let me.
Can I pop
let me make my point.
Argument?
Can I make a point, please?
The argument is faulty.
Dominic, I haven't made it yet.
Left out
Dominic, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be talked over now. I'm going to keep making my point. And this is the worst radio ever. I don't care about Jack Rapper in South Brooklyn. I am going to make my point, Dominic. I am going to make my point. Talking over me will not work while I make this point. I am going to make my point. I am going to make my point. I am going to make my point. Be quiet while I make my point. Be quiet while I make my point. Be quiet while I make my point.
Go ahead.
If you believe that the way to win this election is criticizing her because of her laugh, because of her pantsuit, saying that she slept her way to the top. I'm telling you that the people that make this decision are moderate women. Those suburban women are not going to respond to that argument. You're going to lose the election. So I would offer you the following advice. Understand that women are part of this electorate and they don't like this talk.
How would you know?
Because I can read polls and I can listen to their voices.
Last time I checked, you're not a woman.
That's exactly
I'm not
right.
a woman.
I am sensitive to their needs, and I have women friends, and I care about women.
That's called pimping as well for the vote.
What?
That's what you're doing.
I will never have an abortion. That doesn't mean I don't believe that half the population should have a right to.
Boy, I knew you was going to find a way to bring in abortion.
No, Vance did. Vance did this week. Your candidate.
Okay.
He won't shut up about it.
Okay. So now that you made your point, you almost had a stroke.
Yeah, you cannot do it, Dominic. That's rude. You're being rude.
Now, here's the counter.
Go ahead.
You just laid out a litany. White men, blah, blah, blah.
Go ahead. Sock it in there about her dress. Sock it in there about her laugh. Sock it in there. Just get in there how she slept her way to the top when your guy literally raped a woman.
Okay, so now, First of all, that's disgusting what you just said.
That's what the judge said.
Okay.
Tell him he's disgusting.
Okay.
Tell him he's disgusting. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Feel free to close and tell him he's disgusting.
Okay.
That's not my words.
Okay.
That's the judge's words.
Listen. So what was Amber Rose at the RNC?
I have no freaking idea.
Well, she's only one of the biggest models in the world of hip hop.
Let's get carried away.
She was aligned with Kanye West. What are you talking about?
She's not one of the biggest models of the world.
I said of the hip hop, and she's also a rapper.
She's
a
has-been.
big star. So because she's down with Trump, she's a has-been.
Yes. Real rappers are not, unless they're looking for a pardon, they're not. They are not with Trump.
That sounds
no real
like
talented person is with Trump.
What you just said.
Name a talented person that he has on his team. Kid Rock?
First of all.
Hulk Hogan? Name a talented person he has on his posse.
First of all, I will. What you just said.
I'll wait. You want to pause? Catch your breath and come up with one?
No. What you just said is the equivalent of when Biden went on the black radio station and said, if you don't vote for me, I'm not
Amber
black.
Rose has been.
Now, first of all.
She's nobody. You can pull her, but Amber Rose picture to any 25-year-old. Who the heck is this?
Do you know how many rappers that are on the low are with Trump?
No, they're not on the low.
But
they're doing it very publicly because they think they can get pardons. Like that knucklehead who's up on a state charge doesn't understand it.
No.
Anyone who is with
from New Orleans, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne makes no bone. Why are you? What? He's not a real rapper either.
Not anymore.
Who gets to decide who's a legitimate rapper?
I'll for the purpose of this show, I will. Kanye's for real. Claim credit for him. Kanye's a real artist. I mean, I can't stand them guy, but he's a real artist in today's world. So he's your guy. How do you feel about that, anti-Semite?
He's not my guy.
Oh, wait, he's Trump's guy.
No.
Trump had dinner with him.
No. Here we go.
Or didn't he? I noticed you left Kanye off your list.
Focus on Amber Rose.
No, I'm going to focus on Kanye.
Amber Rose.
Kanye.
She spoke at the convention. No, you were talking about Trump. Look, there you go with your dance.
Go, keep talking.
What's that?
Keep talking.
What's that, the Cabbage Patch?
What's that, the Cabbage Patch? Talk about someone who's not with it.
You got some rhythm. Talk
about someone who's doing dances from the 2000s.
I'll give you credit. But
anyway, all right.
But maybe folks, we should get some video and some pictures.
Not necessary.
Anthony. Wait, let me finish.
Coconut tree.
The way he is right now, because what you're doing right now is going to be short-lived.
We forgot
all this energy, all this great energy you have right now. When Kamala Harris embarrasses herself in the country,
let's see.
Then you're going to.
Will there be debates? What's your prediction? You're into predictions.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think Trump will debate her. Kamala says we have one set. I'm showing up. Let's see if Trump does.
First of all, time out.
Yeah.
How can she say there's one set? She wasn't the nominee. She's still not the nominee.
Okay, so he's canceling it?
Excuse me. How could she say a debate was set?
Presidential debate
Excuse
was
me.
set.
Was she the nominee when this was set?
No.
Is she the nominee now?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
She's going to be the nominee on Wednesday.
Well, we'll see. Okay. We'll see.
I think what you're doing, this shuffle on trying to figure out a way not to debate is what Donald Trump is going to do. But here's we forgot an issue. It's right here, high on the rundown. Who do you think she picks for vice president? Doesn't matter. Do you have a favorite?
I don't think it matters.
Do you have one that thinks that you're like salivating? I'd love to get a piece of this guy.
The Arizona senator.
An astronaut?
Possibly.
That's the one you're salivating over? You think you can take him?
I'm not salivating.
Everyone likes astronauts.
I'm not salivating.
His wife was shot in the face.
I'm not salivating over any of them. I think this is all a hysteria of...
Vice presidents don't matter, you've said. I kind of agree. Right. Vice, but you're having buyer's remorse about Vance, aren't you?
Not at all.
He is, CNN did a study. Since 2000, he is the lowest approval ratings of any vice president a week after the convention. Like, people don't like him.
Almost like Biden's approval ratings were. And so you guys...
No, his vice... No, he was fine. No, Biden was one of the ones to include that. Biden's approval ratings after convention 2008 were very high. People liked him.
I'm talking about current approval
ratings. Oh, well, current approval ratings are not great. I'm glad he's not our nominee.
I know.
You want to keep talking about him?
Oh, you're glad he's not the nominee?
Totally glad.
2 weeks ago, you were doing the Biden two-steps.
I was... You're not being fair. And do I have to make a compilation or something and play it for you? Yes, I have been saying for years they're both too old. They both shouldn't run. They're both too old to run. They're both. One's incoherent because he can't talk. One's incoherent because he's demented. I mean, I've been saying that. So don't tell our listeners something that's not true. I have not been saying he's a good candidate. I'm saying he's a lousy candidate.
You have not been here talking about the economy.
Oh, great president. Oh, for sure he's a great president. He's going to go down as one of the historically best presidents. And since you're Kamala Harris, you're going to go down as the vice president for one of the best. That's why she's going to get a promotion to get the presidency. Or she won't. We'll find out in November. But you don't get, I think that probably it's going to be a governor. And, for all I know, we turn off these microphones and it gets announced because when they do the roll call, the telephonic roll call, I think on Wednesday, that person, I say he because it's going to be a man, he has to be named by that point. So any day now, I think it'll probably be one of the governor of Pennsylvania, maybe not.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah, I think they're not going to want to call attention to the Gaza issue. That's a problem in our party. Right. I think it might be the guy from North Carolina, the Sam Cooper.
See, I was trying to give you a pass.
Why?
And you just went there.
Why?
Because
you never need to give me a pass. I want your A game every week, so I'm entertained.
I needed to give you a pass because
I don't want the tomato can.
Because I didn't want to embarrass you. How Kamala Harris met with Netanyahu, praising up the Palestinians and basically talking up Hamas, even though she talked out of both sides of her mouth.
Being critical of Bibi is very different than talking up Hamas. Bibi has been a nightmare, and most Israelis believe that.
I was trying my best to give you a pass. I was really trying.
I appreciate that, but I don't want your pass.
No, but you need it.
I don't want it.
No. You need it.
If you're giving it now, it's because you're saying something that isn't very persuasive and calling it a pass. I think you don't have much game today. But that's okay. I fell out of a coconut tree. I am Brat. I am on KFAM. I'm flying.
Wait. I don't have much game. You said did you say I don't have much game?
Look, you've had a rough week. I've had a rough month. You've had a rough week.
Wait. Is that what you said? That I don't have much game.
It is. Do you want to finish the Bibi point?
And wait. The Brat, right?
Yeah.
So it might as well be Boy George.
Kamala's Brat.
She's tying herself to a British pop star to try and energize the youth vote.
It's working.
Because it might be the only vote that she gets. Ba-doom-doom.
Right, but you were telling me for weeks and months how the youth vote is abandoning old Joe Biden, and now they're coming home. Listen, here's your problem. Here's the right. I know, but
it's a honeymoon week.
I understand, but it looks like it may stick because honeymoons usually don't make people write checks. Honeymoons people don't usually get people sending out, something like 4 million plays of whatever her name is doing the Brat thing, the memes, and they're fun. I get back to what I said earlier. It's not angry, apocalyptic, blood in our eyes kind of politics. It's people enthusiastic like when it was for Obama. And that Obama coalition looks like it could come together again.
Obama. Ooh, walk on water. Obama.
Yes, Obama, who kicked you guys around for 8 years, and you're still recovering from it.
Right.
I know. I mean,
right.
Go ahead. Use Obama as a dirty word. See if that works with the electorate. People would pay money to get the Obama back again.
And I told you folks that Michelle
what Republican
Obama,
would people want back?
I told you folks that Trump.
Let's say right.
Trump.
Okay, fair enough.
Trump.
Okay, let's see.
And they're going to get him. And they're going to get him.
Let's see. Go ahead. You were going to do it.
No, I was just going to say all that a waste of time talk about Michelle Obama possibly.
I didn't talk about you. Did
no. You didn't.
I didn't.
But I didn't understand.
It was always going to be Kamala or Joe. I mean, I always put it at 90% Joe. The other 10 was entirely Kamala. You can't pass over your existing vice president, who she earned it for crying out loud. Plus, none of the other
black woman, right?
By the way, none of the other
black woman, right? The black woman.
She is black, proudly so.
Right.
And she's a woman, no doubt about that.
Right.
You say it as a pejorative. It's a good thing, my man.
No.
It's a good thing.
No, perhaps it's a good thing, but how about qualifications?
How proud are you right now?
Like
how proud are I'm literally
not very. I'm not on a personal level. I'm not very proud at all.
Man. I think
you know why I'm not very proud at all?
Why is that?
Because I know it's not based on qualifications.
I think that I think people are very proud that a black woman vice president was historic, and I think many people are very proud of that.
And with all due respect to the vice president, I just don't think she has the smarts for the job.
With all due respect, I don't think she's that smart. You can't say that. Why not? That's a sign of disrespect to say she's not smart.
Really?
Yes.
So I believe I just said it.
Well, you said with all due respect. That's why I'm mocking you.
Right. Well,
anyway, all right.
I'm trying to be respectful.
We're running out of gas here.
We're running out of gas. We're out of time. Vinny's standing by. He's doing the Anthony Weiner zigga.
He's doing the coconut dance. I wonder if he's going to play any of the Kamala memes.
Right.
The Brat memes.
Kamala and her mother.
Kamala's Brat, baby.
Her Indian mother. Oh, you kids act like you fell out of a coconut tree.
You know all the lines.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And so Kamala dances with the children. She does dance. And she goes.
Have you ever seen Donald Trump dance? Talk about cringe. This is Donald Trump dancing.
Go ahead, let's see it. And what's wrong with that?
Yeah, he looks like a jerk.
So you're trying to say the vice president has rhythm and
Anthony,
Trump doesn't?
Yes, yes. Finally, we agree on something.
Hey, Vinny, take it, please. Spin the music.
Anthony Weiner on the left,
Go ahead,
Dominic
brother.
Carter on the right. So great to have you along. Take it away, Vinny Medugno.